Hey, welcome back to Root Development. This month's newsletter is going to be done via video. Why that is, man, there's a lot to talk about. Putting it all on paper or a digital copy is going to be difficult. We are going to send a digital e-newsletter out, but there's so much information. I'm going to do this one via video. And we're going to do a bunch of short videos so you don't have to watch all of them at one time, and they're all going to be topic based. So here we are in May. Application one is done. It's been a weird spring. I don't know what is going on with the weather. We've had one of the cooler springs we've had. We also had some crazy temperatures in April where we hit 90+ degrees, which caused a little bit of tip burn to some of our fine fescues. Everything has recovered from that. I just want to talk a little bit more about what we should be looking for and preparing for as we go into the beginning of May here, almost the middle of May. And upcoming week, we have temperatures are going to be in the 90s again. Our poor grass isn't going to know what to do. It's had cool nights. It's had some decent moisture, which is good. We've had some record cold times for the springtime as well, causing some frost or chilling. Some lawns, you saw some um, browning or tanning and circles in those areas, and even some of our perennials got hit. Our peonies, bleeding heart dicentra, some of those, even people that put some of their annuals out and their vegetable plants got a little bit of dinged up from the cold weather. This week with the 90s, we want to make sure that we're not causing any more stress to the plant than what Mother Nature is going to throw at it. And what I mean by that is mowing habits are going to be very, very important. I'm going to do a complete separate little video on mowing within this newsletter. So it'll be titled Mow Height Matters, and I'll do that afterwards. But just wanted to give you an update that we are getting ready to send out a bunch of videos for you guys that you can click on and watch small videos. They will be a YouTube link. So you're going to go to YouTube and watch them there. They'll come from our email into your inbox from the emails that we have on file with you. Now that Wellness Visit 1 has been applied, let's just talk about that application in itself. Round one, application one is completely liquid and it's custom blended, as all our products are. We blend them ourselves, but we go out with a round one liquid application for many reasons. One, we can put a bunch of beneficial nutrients in that liquid form in the springtime when it's cool and the grass can accept them well. Two, we do a broadleaf weed control. So what does that mean? Broadleaf weed mean anything that is present at the time. Broadleaf weeds, there's crabgrass, which is grassy weeds. There's broadleaf weeds. There's our summer annuals, and then we have our sedges. There's a couple different varieties, and there's not one product that takes care of all of them. So we have to be conscious of understanding that there could be weeds in your lawn in between our visits. There could be weeds in your lawn after we were there, because the only way they can be treated is if we see them and treat them. There's nothing that prevents weeds from growing. Yes, crabgrass pre-emergent does prevent crabgrass from growing for the most part, but it's not a guarantee by any means. A lot of times on your hard edges where seeds could blow in, or where it's stress from sunlight, dehydration, tires running over and breaking that contact, you could have some breakthrough with that. And we are going to take care of that as well. We actually do 2 applications of a crabgrass pre-emergent to help reduce the possible outbreak. We start, as you know, much later than most of the other companies out there for our first application. And that is on purpose and for a reason. One, we put the plant to bed very, very full. In other words, we feed it really, really well in the fall. The last application is a wonderful application of AMS, ammonium sulfate, that quickly gets into the plant and is stored in the plant via carbohydrates. Your plant wakes up in the spring with what we gave it in the fall. So there's no huge hurry for us to come out and give it more food, possibly at a time when the soil is too cold, the roots haven't warmed up. We go through these weird hot and cold cycles, and the grass doesn't know what to do. Is living off of the reserves the way we want it to in the springtime. We also don't want to flush it full of food to where you're mowing 3 times a week. We don't want that stress into the plant. So we wait a little bit. We wait until really the second week of April to start our applications. Also, there's more weeds visible on your property, and that's what we need. There's nothing worse than seeing one of the big box store or franchise chains going out, fertilizing when the ground is almost frozen. There's still snow in the forecast. They want revenue. They're gone, and then your weeds pop up after because finally the soil wakes up, it's warm enough, and the weeds start germinating. Again, you can't treat them if they're not present. So by us delaying our start, there's more weeds in your lawn if you have them, it gives us a better success rate of treating those weeds so that you don't have that recurring weed issue going on all summer long. Again, like I said, we don't want to rush food into the plant. We want it to digest what we fed. And that way, we're not causing that ridiculous stress of mowing from 6 inches down to 3.5 inches, up and down, up and down. Stress on the plant is the worst thing that can happen for any grass or any plant and species that's out there. And we're going to talk about that more in detail in the Mow Height Matters as we go into this video series for newsletter of May. So we have wrapped that up. We have our pre-emergent down for crabgrass control. We have a broadleaf weed control. We have 2 forms of nitrogen that was given to your plant. We also have grub control. So if you've used or taken on a grub service, which most people do, we use a product called Durentis, or chlorotriniphenol is the chemical name. And it's an amazing product that is now going to be the only product in Connecticut after this season that will be allowed to be used. We've been using it since 2018. Why that is? It's much more effective than what's been used in the past, called imidacloprid, and it is a safe product, meaning any bag of fertilizer, pesticide, herbicide has signal words on them. And the level of signal words mean how dangerous they are to either secondary contact, the soil itself, or the environment. Chlorotriniphenol has no signal words on it. It's a really safe product that works very, very well. It's been used throughout the country. I've been using it since 2018, and it really just goes after the grub itself. It goes after the mouth parts of it, and it causes the mouth parts to actually decompose so they starve themselves to death. It's not a poison that's actually killing them hard. It doesn't hurt any of our beneficials that are in the soil or out of the soil, such as honeybees, butterflies, any of that stuff. So if you've had a grub control that's been put down and deployed into the soil, which is going to take time for it to be ingested into the plant, that gets taken up into the roots. When baby grubs are born in stars in end of July, beginning of August, tiny, tiny little buggers, they bite the plant itself. They get some of this product on them. It decays their mouth parts. They starve to death. Just because we did grub control doesn't mean you won't have grubs. Visibly, you could see them when you dig in the soil. That's okay. We are not here to sterilize the soil of any insect in the ground itself, because there's many different forms of larvae, grubs, that turn into other beetles. There are some specific beetles that really can cause serious damage to your lawn, and we're going to pay attention to that. This product is going to help reduce that exposure. Also, proper mow height and the health of your lawn is going to allow, if there are some grubs that could be of the dangerous types in your soil, for your lawn to bounce back quickly. You may not even see any damage, but we're always on your lawn looking and scouting as we're doing the application to see if we see anything funny going on. We'll talk about that more down in the summer series as we go along. I just wanted to keep this one fairly quick. There's going to be probably 4 or 5 different pieces that are going to come out after this on the topics I want to talk about, but we'll keep these all within a couple minutes so you can watch these quickly, move on to the next title if you want to. Again, thank you very much for allowing us to be your provider of turf nutrition on your turf. We take pride in that. My wife and I, being a family-owned business, we love to serve you guys as our clients. We love the health of the turf, and we look forward to seeing you in the next couple of weeks for application 2.